The box score reads 45-45. Little Caesars Arena, an elimination game, and neither star dares to retreat. Defending home court, the face of Detroit basketball, an ascending superstar carrying the East 1 seed on his back, down 3-1, refusing to let the season end at home. Across from him, the most divisive 23-year-old in the sport, missing his co-star, playing for a coach on borrowed time. Two young stars, two franchises on the brink, and for one night, they produced a duo that belongs in the same sentence as Bird and Wilkins, as Mitchell and Murray, but the numbers shouldn't quite be the focus here. What made this duel unique is how those numbers got made. The offense they generated under the most suffocating defensive pressure of their respective careers. Let's chop it up. The very necessary context is that these are two elite defenses. Detroit posted second in defensive rating at 109.7 and Orlando posted 11th at 114.3. So with both guys facing elite defenses, they turned to playmaking early on to eventually open up their scoring game. Watch Cade get downhill and attract all these bodies in early transition. He's got at least 4 bodies and eyes committed to him that causes miscommunication and leads to a Tobias, Harris, and one at the rim. Don't misconstrue me. Both of these guys can make the tough layer passes, but it was the simple ones that got the job done on this night. Cade gets 77 drag early in the clock, and Anthony Black gets clipped by this screen. So he hits Tobias Harris on the pop, Jalen Duren was covered, simple play. This play shows what the ultimate vision of Banchero is. Gets the away screen and he's decisive and aggressive early. That paint touch is going to draw the ball hawking Asar Thompson out of the weak side corner, and he steps up that creates a closeout and an assist for Desmond Bane. Now Paolo can show you the layers. He's been hunting the guards in the inverted ball screens, so Jalen Duren is going to react to that early by getting over to the midline before that action even starts. Recognizes this, kicks it to Wendell Carter in the corner, and that's why I have so much belief in him as a playmaker. Let's play a quick game. A high leverage pass is simply putting the offense in a position to get a coveted look. That means weak side skips, open layups, and open threes. So let's count how many of those Paolo Banchero was able to generate. He plays 77 with his guards, and the guard holds the screen, so that doesn't allow Duncan Robinson to hedge and Tobias to switch underneath. So Cade has to help the helper, opening up a skip to the weak side and a Jalen Suggs 3. So that's one. Moving on to the next play. Now we are going to get back to that inverted ball screen and we get the switch of Cade. Then we're going to have Desmond Bane ghost this ball screen and get out. So he collapses the entire Detroit defense, opens up another kick, and this time it's a Desmond Bane catch and shoot 3. Now we're at 2. And we can get one more. Let's throw one more in there. Now Paolo Banchero is going to receive the ball, and you see his intelligence and his IQ at play here. He's going to reject it, and Asar Thompson, he was engaging him all night. Sucks him into his gravity as he drives, opens up yet another corner catch and shoot 3. Playmaking and scoring at the volume they did is so impressive because there was constant gap help, spies, gimmick defenses, and neither team shoots the ball well at all. This leads into another critical part of these performances. Both guys were able to generate a ton of potential assists. Detroit is going to run a ram guard to guard screen to hunt Desmond Bane. Cade blows by him, pulls help off the strong side corner, but Caris LeVert is not able to knock the shot down. Paolo Banchero is going to start abusing that inverted ball screen action again, is able to hit Anthony Black on the roll, and that should be a wide open catch and shoot from Wendell Carter, but he passes it up, results in a turnover, and Cade once again is going to get into his ball screen. He's coming at Paolo Banchero, but he's able to break this off-headed middle that coincides with a wing drift from Dennis Jenkins. He should get a pump and relocation 3, but not able to knock the shot down. Just because shots weren't falling doesn't mean we shouldn't still add this to how great of playmaking performances both of these guys had. Paolo's able to attack a guard again, draws gap help, draws a spy on that side, is able to create an advantage, but once again, his guys can't capitalize. He's going to work Here in the half court, after setting that flare screen, he's able to drop that inverted ball screen again. And this time, as he whips that one-handed pass, this should be a hockey assist to the corner. They weren't able to execute, but I love that he stayed with it. Is going to collect that ball again, takes the grenade in late clock, and still gets to the foul line. As you might be able to tell, Cade was very insistent on hunting Desmond Bane, and here he uses it to set up the playmaking. Is going to reject that guard to guard, get to the paint, collapse the defense, kicks it, but once again, we're not able to knock the shot down. This same aggression and tact used to playmake was used on their scoring. I love how Cade shows elite patience here. He has Paolo in the gap and he turns like he's going to whip that one-handed pass to Tobias on the perimeter, holds the gap help, and he can knock down the shot. Right here, he's still hunting Desmond Bane. Is going to get his guard-to-guard screen, great half spin to set it up, opens up a fairly solid catch-and-shoot opportunity, doesn't make it, but he stays with it, collects the old board, and finishes at the rim. Paolo shows what type of mindset he's in early on in this game. As they're working their inverted ball screen, holding that screen and pushing Tobias Harris nullifies the point of a show and recover. It allows him to build up a head of steam, attack downhill, and finishes with a lay. Some hate it, some love it, but one of the few ways to get to this high of volume scoring is to live at the free throw line. How these guys got there was having a score first mentality and a paint touch first mentality. As Cade comes off the ball screen, attacks Paolo, and he's the first off the floor to the offensive glass. Even though he doesn't make it, he's right to the free throw line. Now he's working that step up ball screen that Duncan Robinson sets, and you can see right here, he makes his bump. The second he feels De Silva on him, he's gonna raise up, formulaic, I'm right to the free throw line. I love when Paolo Banchero is decisive, and right here, he realizes I've got a double gap of space. I have Asar Thompson hugged up to Jalen Suggs. I'm going to take this and force Cade to guard me one-on-one. Another recipe to dominance in this type of defensive setting with all this gap help, gimmick defense, is to know what you're working with on the basketball court. Paolo could set up a drag screen here in transition, so he calls his big up, knows that's going to take Isaiah Stewart out of the paint, their best shot blocker, so I'm going to reject it. The paint is wide open, we're in 5-out spacing, I'm going to cross this over Tobias Harris' face, and I'm finishing. Cade continues his merciless pursuit of Desmond Bane on the perimeter, but here it's more about the way this guard-to-guard is set. He only starts attacking once he realizes Desmond Bane is flat-footed and squared, and he has momentum north and south. So Desmond Bane's trying to cut him off. He has momentum that amplifies his bump plus the 6'7" frame and shot making of his mid-range ability. We're moving back to Banchero. He's working the inverted ball screen, and he realizes as Anthony Black cuts through, he's got double gaps on both sides. I've got to go now. I don't get these opportunities often. Crossover, Karis LeVert just flies off of him and still has the touch to finish this as he gets closer. And right here, he gets to this DHO game, but his big realizes I got to get out of there. So he's going to dribble into what people call a Barkley, and he's one-on-one. So I'm going to finish this. It's late clock. I'm going to trust my skill and ability rather than moving this to a teammate. And last but not least, Cade is going to work one of the best on-ball defenders in the league in Jalen Suggs. Comes out in more of a show-type position, so he works that leverage back to the middle, and he's going to make his bump. Ample separation, another midi. ISO, let me get my rocks off. This is not appreciated as the tough shot making clinic it is. And part of that, I'm going to assign blame to the analytics community. Logging on Twitter after this game, I'm expecting to see a ton of appreciation for these two gladiators and what they produced in a pressure-filled environment. But rather, I'm seeing, oh, that's magnet ball. That's variance. He got lucky. Instead of switching your perspective and saying, neither one of these guys are called to shoot pull-up threes and do so at a high volume and be efficient. But they both did it in a situation where Paolo had to empty the clip because there is no Franz. Bane's not playing well. He's the sole source of offense on this team. He had to do it. Cade had to go and get this game or this season would be frowned on. Appreciate the greatness of what these guys produced rather than always putting it into some neat box. So, where does this playoff duel rank for you? Once you consider we have two elite defenses, we're in a pressure-filled environment, Detroit's trying to save their season, Orlando's trying to make the ultimate upset, and this combined nucleus of two former number one picks create 90 points, an amazing offense. It was a treat to watch, and this video was a treat to make. So thank you for watching and tuning in. Follow me on all socials. Much love and stay blessed.